Hi, welcome back to the third and final part in my top 30 TV shows of all time. So, yeah, only 10 more shows to talk about now. So, yeah, and as I said before, none of these shows are in ranking order. They're just, you know, I'm just picking them out in random order just because, could be bothered to rank them because, ranking 30 shows, it's not easy to do. Except for number one, number one's probably that's the only one I said that's going to be in order. So next show I'm talking about it's actually two shows, but they're both related. So it's a tie between Buffy the Vampire Slayer and its spin-off series Angel. So yeah, Buffy is just such a great show. Needs no introduction. I think lots of people love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Fantastic show, and the spin-off series Angel is also fantastic as well. It's a pity it only lasted 5 seasons. Buffy had 7 seasons. Angel only lasted for 5 seasons. I wish they could have done just 2 more seasons. So that it could have had 7 rather than 5. But yeah, I mean, Angel's more. It's more of a detective themed series. Angel, of course, is a vampire with a human soul. These Romanians punished him by restoring his soul to make him feel guilt for all the people that he killed. So yeah, he finds his redemption. He helps Buffy in the show, but then after he left Buffy, he went on to have his own spin-off. So he's like a detective who deals with the supernatural. So yeah, it's more darker than Buffy. Buffy's more sort of like a teen show, but this is more darker and more mature. But yeah, both shows are excellent. I think Angel's it's one of those spin-offs that I think is just as good as its predecessor. It's just perfect. Next show I'm going to talk about, you knew it was going to be here at some point. Only Fools and Horses. I love Only Fools and Horses. Every episode, I just love every episode. Never get tired of watching this show. It's just amazing. And obviously, I haven't included Green Green Grass, which was the spin-off series. I mean, I liked it, but not enough to include it in my top 30. But Only Fools and Horses is just brilliant. Del Boy and Rodney. The characters. And yeah, just fantastic. So yeah, obviously, I know I have watched some American YouTube channels who have actually reacted to Only Fools and Horses, and they love it. But yeah, because I know, like I say, I do have some subscribers who I know are American. If you've not seen Only Fools and Horses, do yourself a favor and check it out. Every episode is just brilliant. Just highly recommended. Next show I'm going to talk about, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I love Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It's the role that made Will Smith famous. And I know there's a lot of controversy going on with Will Smith at the moment, but I'm not going to talk about that. And I also don't want any negativity in the comments just because I've included a show that stars Will Smith. But I love this show. Will Smith stars. The character he plays in the show is also called Will Smith, so he's basically playing a fictional version of himself. And yeah, such a great show. And also, I love Carlton. His cousin. My other favorite character besides Will is probably Jeffrey, the butler. He's just their English butler. He's just so funny. Just love him. But yeah, just fantastic show. I love the theme song as well. Everybody knows the theme song. Even though I'm not a fan of rap music. I don't like rap music that much, but I do love the theme song for Fresh Prince, which Will Smith, of course, raps himself because he is also a hip hop artist as well. And because obviously even though I don't like rap much, I actually do like some of Will Smith's songs. So yeah, so next show I'm going to talk about is Man Down, of course starring Greg Davis, and it also has Rick Mayall as Greg Davis's dad on the show. But of course Rick Mayall, he only appears in the first series. So yeah, the first series 2013 this show came out. So yeah, Rick Mayall was only alive when they did the first series, but he sadly died before the second series was made. So yeah, his character from series 1 was, he was written out of the show afterwards. But even the next, even series 2 and 3 are actually still great. Series 3 is probably my favourite series of Man Down. Although I do miss Rick Mayall in the other seasons, but it's not Rick's show. He's just He's just a supporting cast member. It's Greg Davis's show. He's the main character. But yeah, his character Daniel he's just so funny. Like, to me, I think Greg Davis has some resemblance to Rick Mayall, which explains why they cast Rick Mayall as his dad in the show. It's just such a great show. I just love it. I just love Dan. He's such a selfish character. But there are times, but he's kind of relatable. He does kind of meme well, but he's just so immature and childish. But love it. Next show, The Inbetweeners. I love The Inbetweeners. I never used to be a fan of The Inbetweeners, but then I started watching a few clips on YouTube that my a friend of mine showed me, and it made me realise how fucking hilarious it is. It's a coming of age sitcom, but yeah, it's just hilarious. A lot of swearing, a lot of effing and jeffing in it, but yeah, just absolutely love the show. The 2 movies are also great as well. I recommend checking those out. I haven't seen the American. I know they did an American Inbetweeners remake. I think I only saw a few clips of it, and it's not that good, to be honest. Sometimes it's best just not to remake something that's that good. Yeah, next show I'm including is The Thick of It. It's a very kind of a black comedy, and of course it stars Peter Capaldi, who's also the 12th Doctor, but this was before he did Doctor Who. But yeah, it's a great show. It's a political themed sitcom, but yeah, so much swearing in it. Peter Capaldi's character, Malcolm Tucker. I love this character. He's so foul mouthed. He says the F word. He says like fuck quite a lot, and I think he's also used the C word a lot as well. It's just such a funny character. So yeah, just love this show. Only lasted for 4 series, but I wish they could have made more. But the 4 series we got, just fabulous. Next show, it's another, I guess, a 2-way tie, but it is Star Trek, specifically the original series and the Next Generation. I like the others as well. I like Deep Space Nine and Voyager and Enterprise. Not a big fan of Star Trek Discovery or Strange New Worlds. I've actually not seen. I'll check it out at some point. I've seen a few episodes of Discovery. I'm not a big fan of it. I did see the first season of Picard, which it was good, but it didn't really live up to my expectations. But I will have to watch the other seasons. But yeah, the original series and the Next Generation are the 2 that I watch the most, and the movies as well. I love the Star Trek films as well. But yeah, just love them. I don't know which one I prefer over the other sometimes, but they're both equally just as great in my opinion. I am a Trekkie, so yeah, only three more now. So next one, it's it's kind of a 2 or 3-way tie, whichever way you want to look at it. And it is Doctor Who, but it's a 3-way tie between, of course, there's classic Doctor Who, new Doctor Who, and the spin-off series Torchwood. So yeah, it's a 3-way tie between these three, because you know they're all connected. And yeah, I love Doctor Who. You know, I've talked about Doctor Who quite a few times on this channel, and I've watched the show ever since I was a kid. And my favourite Doctors from the classic era would be Tom Baker and Jon Pertwee. My favourites from the new era are, of course, David Tennant and Matt Smith and Christopher Eccleston, and Peter Capaldi's becoming one of my favourites as well. And Torchwood's a great show. You know, you've got Captain Jack, who was a recurring character on Doctor Who, so this is his own show. And yeah, it only lasted for 4 series. I wish we could have got more series of Torchwood, but yeah. But yeah, love Doctor Who. I suppose you could call it the Whoniverse. That's the name of the that's pretty much the name of the franchise, or the fictional universe, the Doctor Who universe. So yeah, I'm a huge Whovian, which is basically what you call a Doctor Who fan. So you know, it's the same as calling a Star Trek fan a Trekkie. So yeah, I am a Trekkie and a Whovian. So yeah, it's 2 more shows now. I think you can probably guess what they are. Chucky. You know, I'm a huge fan of the Chucky franchise, and I especially just love the TV show as well. I think it's just a great show. Only 2 seasons so far, but we are getting a season 3 later this year. Hopefully, because there's a strike going on at the moment, so yeah, the filming for season 3 has been delayed, but hopefully they'll get back to it soon. And I'm hoping we'll still get a Chucky season 3 this year. Well, of course, I know we're definitely getting a season 3, and hopefully it will still happen later this year. But you know, even if it doesn't happen this year, at least we've still got the Doctor Who 60th anniversary specials to look forward to this year. But yeah, love the Chucky series, and I love Chucky as a character. You know, he's evil, he's despicable, but there's just something so likable about him at the same time. He's kind of a cute little guy, really. So yeah, and I'd say that actually is my second favourite, because I did say I wasn't ranking these shows, except for the top 2. Those ones I would say are in that order, because Chucky I actually would say is my second favourite show. And my number 1, if you haven't guessed it already, it's South Park. You know, South Park actually is my number 1 favourite show of all time, and you know, I just absolutely love it. I love it even more than Family Guy. Even though I love Family Guy, you know, it made my top 30, so I love it. But Family Guy, I just love so much. You know, so many like great episodes, so many fun characters. You know, I think Butters is my favourite character. You know, he's so gullible and so innocent, but just really so sweet and so funny as well. He's just such a wonderful character. Kenny is another great character. Stan, Kyle, Cartman. I mean, I love all these characters, really. Although Cartman, you're supposed to hate Cartman because he's such a little shit, but I love him nonetheless because he's so hilarious. But yeah, obviously yesterday was the 26th anniversary of South Park, and I did a video where I showed my South Park DVD collection, so go and check that out if you haven't already. But yeah, South Park is my number 1. You know, even though I didn't rank these shows, as I've said, South Park is the only one where I did actually rank. It's at number 1. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this series, and feel free to disagree. You you know, if you want to, you can let me know your top 30 shows. Doesn't have to be in any particular order, because mine wasn't, as I've said. But yeah. But, you know, I don't want anyone to be offended just because just because your favorite show might not have made my top 30. That's fine. Give it. I'd like to see your lists if you wish to type it down in the comments. But keep things respectful. You can disagree, but just keep things respectful. Because I don't tolerate negativity on this channel. I want everyone to disagree, but disagree respectfully. Yeah, that's what this channel's about. So yeah, I'm gonna sign off now, and I'll see you guys in the next video.